Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, right? I blurred out my background because I got some top secret stuff going on over here. So I want to tap on today because I feel like it's so important to set some boundaries, and everybody needs to set boundaries in their life. Hey, Rich. But I feel like us as leaders in the industry really need to learn to set some boundaries. Look, I got this, I put this big old cover up on, and we're going to go back to the pool in a few minutes. So after this, but I was like, I need to get my live in for the day. So I think it's really important as leaders that we set boundaries. People will take advantage of you. They will try to abuse your time, and they do not understand the value of your time as a leader. Leaders, we work really hard to get where we are, and people should value your time, right? I'm a mom. I have a 3-year-old, an 8-year-old, and then I have 2 bonus daughters that are 18 and 22. I'm blessed to be able to be home with my kids every day. Like yesterday, we went to the splash pad, or we went to like 2 splash pads, a park, and then today I went and got my nails done. I'm blessed to be able to do what I want when I want. But it wasn't very easy, and it took not a lot, but it took a time to get to where I'm at. And if you want to be a successful leader, you have to learn to set boundaries. And some people are going to be upset at your boundaries because they have no respect for your time. People abuse your time. They abuse and take advantage of the fact that you're normally so easily there to get information from. You're so easily touchable because you're trying to always be there, but you can't keep pouring from an empty cup, because eventually as your team grows and grows and grows, you're going to get tired and it's going to be impossible. So number one is you have to start teaching your team that if they don't show up to team trainings, they don't get your one-on-one time. You have to set that boundary. If you can't show me you're committed and show up to team trainings that have been set on one certain day a week at one certain time, I'm sorry, you can't keep forgetting that the trainings are that day. Like I know ours personally are printed up on this real pretty paper. It tells you every day of the week something that's going on. But it's like, if you always have an excuse for why you can't show up to these, then you aren't showing me that you're committed enough to deserve my one-on-one time. So I understand personally that some people have family events, or some people work night schedules and can't attend meetings or whatever. So if you are setting boundaries for your team, a great thing to do will be like, okay, I understand that you couldn't attend the meeting last week, so how about you go to last week and you watch the recorded training and bring back to me 5 things that you learned from that training. So if they do that, then they can earn a little bit of your time. If they show up, they can earn a little bit more of your time. Some don't show up due to priorities. Some people don't show up just because they're plain out lazy. So if you're too lazy to show up, why should your leader or coach take the time from their family if you didn't take the time to show up when you were supposed to show up? Like, how fair is that to your leader's family, or the people that took the time to do the trainings and things like that? So number one is showing up. You have to show up. And the ones that are showing up are the ones that deserve that one-on-one time. They deserve that one-on-one attention and love, and they deserve the extra training. That's the one-on-one training. Sorry, my window is open. I was watching my son. I thought I saw someone go by. So I want you to understand that leads me to number 2 is don't give your time to people who don't respect your time. Your time is very valuable. If you were to look at your schedule compared to, say, someone just starting out, your schedule is full, right? Full with you got to do your content. Hey, Mallory, yes, ma'am, exactly. Those who show up go up, and that's for sure. And your leaders can tell when you don't show up because you will be asking questions that were discussed in prior trainings or that were discussed in your team page. So your leaders are very knowledgeable and they watch all the time. But my tip 2 was that, don't give your time to people who don't respect it. An example, if you schedule a call, if you schedule a one-on-one coaching call and you don't show up, that means that you wasted my time. That means that you took time from me, you took time from my family, but you also took time from someone who really could have used that would have used that had a desire, to be there and wanted to show up, but you took it being greedy and then just didn't show up, right? And it may sound harsh, but the truth hurts. And a lot of time, too many people spend time coddling people versus just telling them what they need to hear. I know if I have a friend, I want you to tell me what I need to know. I don't want you to butter it up and, make me feel better. Tell me what I need so I can grow from that, And some people will say, oh, I only have 5 people on my team. Oh, it's okay. But let me tell you, it's very important for you to start setting boundaries while your team is small, because when your team is grown and you've got like 100, 200, 300, 500, 5,000, 10,000 people on it, there's no way that you're going to be able to start establishing boundaries. And if you are, then it will be very, very difficult later because it's going to be madness. So understand that it's okay to set boundaries and that, yes, some people aren't going to like it, but those are the ones that always break your boundaries. So it's okay, right? So say, for instance, someone has went MIA. Like, I've had this happen so many times. People go MIA and then they're like, oh, I'm ready to come back. And then they want you to devote all your time to them. And that can slow you down because you shouldn't take away your time from someone who's been showing up and then jump and put all your time in someone who quits and starts and quits and starts and quits and starts, because it's not fair to those who are showing up all the time, right? So if someone has left for God, whatever reason, we understand things happen. Instead, give them bite-sized assignments. I learned this from one of my friends that I follow. Give your people bite-sized assignments. For example, you can tell them, I'm so excited that, you're ready to start your business. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you, blah, blah, blah. So give them give them tasks, and just don't give them a list of tasks. Give them just one task and see if they complete it. And if they complete that task, whether that task is go live to relaunch your business, make a post about how you have fallen off, but how you're excited to get back on and you're ready to tackle whatever, your industry is, whether it's hair, makeup, health, wellness, whatever, and then, or tell them to reach out to like 5-10 people and share the opportunity with them, give them a script, whatever the case may be. But see if they complete the task. If they complete the task that you give them, great. Give them another task, but give them a little bit of your time. Give them a little bit of your time, give them another task, right? If they don't take the time, they don't get the attention, right? We can't body drag in this business. And I really wish that I would have learned that in the beginning, because I wasted a lot of time by visualizing what I seen in somebody else when they couldn't see it in themselves. And a lot of time is in this industry, you can tell people, you can say, borrow my faith and passion or whatever until you start to believe in yourself. But there's only so much that you can do. That's if somebody is showing up, pour into them as much as you can, but you can't make them show up. You can't make them come to your trainings every X night. You can't make them show up, or add people to your group. You can't make them tag in the group. You can't make them comment in the group. You can't make them run their ads. You can't make them do these tasks. But if they are doing those tasks, give them a little bit more of your time. It's okay. And if you fall off and come back again, another thing is, you may have relaunched your business and then fallen off again. And then they come back and they're like, oh, well, I'm ready to do this now. I know I fell off like 5 times, but I'm ready to come back. Pick up at the last message where you said, complete this task, and be like, well, how did this last task that I gave you go? And if they didn't complete it, tell them to go and relaunch their business like you did last time. Complete those steps and then relaunch your business again, right? But I want you to understand that if you are running your business and say Sue comes to you on June the 28th and says, I'm so ready to relaunch my business. No, we're not going to relaunch your business at the end of the month, because my time goes to those who have been showing up all month that are trying to hit their goals. And we're going to launch your business again at the beginning of the month, so you can start fresh. It's a new month for you. And if you haven't been showing up, I can't take away from others that have been, because it's not fair to them. And I know so many get so upset and they're like, I don't understand why my leader's not there for me and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is you have to have a come to Jesus with yourself, and you have to ask yourself, have I been showing up at a level that I should be? And if you want your leader's attention, you get to completing tasks. You get to adding people to the group. You get to tagging people in the group. You get to signing people up. You get to interacting with people. Get in front of your leader, because if your leader sees you, you're at the forefront of their mind, no matter who you are. Even me, as somebody who can sign up, like my first month, I signed up 120 people. Let me tell you, I got into the forefront of my upline's mind and made them see me by doing that, right? I know someone who makes $5 million a month in this industry, and she would not, when I was looking for something, she wouldn't even respond to my messages. She wouldn't respond to my messages at all, because she has so much on her plate that you have to join and show yourself and hit a certain level before they even talk to you. Isn't that crazy? So you have to understand that your leader, your upline, has a lot of people that they're helping, and probably more than you could have ever imagined. So if you want your leader's attention, get in front of your leader. You're not going to be like messaging them like, hey, I want your attention. Hey, I want your attention. Show them. Like, don't tell me you want it. Show me how bad you want it. How hungry are you? Are you so hungry that it's like, this is a matter like my family eats or don't eat? Like, I've got to do this, or my family won't eat. That's like the mentality that I have, is like, I've got to show up every day. And I can't want this for anybody more than they want it themselves. Hey there, how are you? That was my first month in business when I came over to my new company. Someone asked me, wow, how did you add 120 people? And that was in my first 30 days. So everybody can win in this profession. And that's what I love about this profession is, I did dentistry before I ever came to this profession. I went to school. I worked for 10 years in the dental profession when this came in my lap. And I just wanted to, use my products just to lose some weight. And when I seen the income, I was like a single mom struggling, like negative $50 a month. I was like, wow, in my first 2 weeks, I made $1,500. I was like, that's a lot to a single mom going negative $50 every month, So it's like, it doesn't matter if you went to Yale, Harvard, or if you had just gotten out of jail. Like, I know recovering addicts. I know people that have been in abusive relationships, succeeding in this industry. I know one girl right now, she is in her early 20s. She was an addict. And she is in her 20s, I think she's 24, driving a brand new Range Rover. Like, it doesn't matter. We don't judge you. That's the lovely thing about the internet, is you can work with people all over the world and they don't know nothing about your past at all. Only thing they know is the person that you show up as on your Facebook. Feel free to message me. I'll be happy to chat with you. Is it Dana? I'm sorry. It's Lee Miss. I'm sorry. But yeah, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll chat with you. You know, and like I said, everybody can win in this profession, but they have to show up for them. And you can't want them to the next level of success. You can't hope that they get to the next level. That's not going to get them to the next level. Them showing up every single day, no matter what is going on in their life, is what's going to determine their success. Like, I was so hungry for success. My 3-year-old, when I was giving birth, on the table in between contractions, I was on my phone working. One, it distracted me from giving birth and then the pain that I was in. But 2, I had people depending on me and I still showed up for them. So when somebody's like, oh my God, I'm just having a bad day. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I broke this out. I was crying the other day. I was having such a bad day. But this is my little book. And if I start my morning out with I am messages, I am statements. And I was crying the other morning because I was in so much stress, but I still had to show up for my team. And literally by the time I finished writing my page of I ams, my tears were gone and my mood was better. So you have to find different ways to come out and rid of your stress. You have to learn to separate work from stress, work from home life. You have to find a way to separate it and know that no matter what, like, you have to show up for your people. You have to show up for your team. You have to show up for your family. You have to show up because your business, your storefront is your Facebook. Your storefront is your Instagram. Your storefront is your TikTok, your YouTube. You know, like, no matter what, every day I go live, I'm either teaching something about health or I'm teaching something like I am right now about the industry because someone needs to hear what I have to say. Somebody doesn't have a coach that goes live and trains them. Somebody needs some health tips that don't have the money to do it. And, you know, like, no matter what you give, you have to understand that you'll have it forever. And you can't literally sit here and think about the fact that somebody doesn't have money. Just because somebody doesn't have money to purchase something that you have doesn't mean that they don't know somebody down the street that might. That doesn't mean that they don't support you by loving on your content. Hey, Karen, that doesn't mean that they don't share your content. And when they share it, it exposes your content to more people and more people follow you. And then those people may end up buying from you. They may end up joining from you. So you have to understand is it's not all about making the sale. You have to show up for people and people will start to show up for you. And it's a crazy way that's how God works. But like I've always heard is you can give and give and give and you'll always have that forever. So I hope that gave you some value, and if you would like, you can hit the share button, drop some love in the comments. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for watching. Hey, Melissa. I hope you have a great day. My 3-year-old and 8-year-old want to go jump in the pool, so I will talk to y'all later.